All right, hey patrons, welcome back to our little private Patreon channel here. Thank you for your support of Tactical Rifleman. We're out here at one of the sniper ranges and we're playing with this sexy Barrett MRAD. And Chad reminded me that it's October. We owe you guys a quick shooting tip video. So what I wanted to talk about since we're out here is how to be more accurate, and a lot of that is building a stable position, and the key to that is consistency. I can't say that enough. You can have the most accurate rifle. This is an accurate rifle. We're out here shooting .338 Lapua. It's a very accurate bullet. So we've got an accurate bullet, we've got an accurate gun, we've got good data, we've got exact ranges, we've put everything into the ballistic program on my phone. Our math is correct. The only other part of this equation is you. So to build that position, again, I want to talk about prone position here. And the key again is consistency. Let's start at the front of the gun. The bipod, you notice it's got play in it, all right? It's designed to have some play in it. Now, that play is great for panning left and right for movers, all right? Angles, everything else, but when you're shooting extreme long distances, you need to have the exact same pressure on everything. That barrel whip going through the gun when that firing pin hits that primer, it needs to be the same every time. So you need to decide one of three ways. Either you're gonna push hard enough into the gun that you're gonna load the bipod forward, you're going to have zero, in other words, you're barely touching the gun at all, or you're gonna have it so it's pulled back into you. One of the three. Me personally, I load the bipod. I don't load it a lot, but I do push forward on the bipod. And the key is to always have the same amount of pressure pushing into it. All right, so I've done that. Now, level the gun. Cool part is I'm shooting paper targets out there at 500, so I'm just leveling with the edge of the target with my crosshairs. Easy stuff. I make sure the gun is parallax free. That's a whole separate video. But as far as supporting the gun, you'll notice I have it in the pocket of my shoulder, right here, so you don't get beat up. Now, everybody remembers Bruce Lee with the 1-inch punch. If you would let him put his fist 1 inch away from your shoulder, the boy would knock you across the room. But if you pressed right up against his fist, he couldn't move you because he was an 80-pound Oriental guy. And the reason why I'm saying that, if you're scared of the recoil of these big guns, rather than shying away from it and barely touching it, you're giving the gun room to build up speed. It's really going to recoil more. So push into the gun and get comfortable on it. Now, next, a firing hand on the pistol grip or stock, whatever kind of gun you're shooting. Some snipers will actually keep their thumb on the side of the trigger finger. What they're doing that for is they're barely touching the gun, and then they're just easing back. They're basically pulling the trigger straight back into their shoulder. I'm not big on that because I do combat shooting. Combat shooting, my thumb stays on the selector lever, and I also have positive control of the gun, so if I need to roll onto my back and shoot somebody behind me in the hide sight, I can do that. So I keep a normal grip on the gun, but I'm not manhandling. I'm not squeezing it to pull it into my shoulder. My shoulder is pushing the gun forward. Now you need to properly size the gun so that you have proper eye relief with length, but also your comb needs to be correct. So that when you get on the gun, I want you to check what's called your natural point of aim. What that is get on the gun and close your eyes and relax. You can take a nap on this puppy. When you open your eyes, you should be looking straight through the scope. There should not be a shadow. If you see a shadow left, right, up, or down, that means that the pupil of your eye is not centered behind the center of the scope. If you need to adjust the comb up and down, if you need to adjust, or even left and right, and then if you need to adjust the length of pole, you can do that. All right, so get it. Now, the other thing you do with natural point of aim is when you relax, once you've got the scope set right, let me see what I'm looking at here. Oh, that's a beautiful crosshair right there. Then relax on the gun. And when you open your eyes again, it should be right on the target. And this is something that people screw up. Because right now, I can be consistent like this all the time. But where people screw up is they'll put their crosshairs on the target. They'll set up the gun, oh, I'm a little bit left, I'm a little bit right. And what they'll do is they'll actually move the back of the gun with their shoulders. Now, what that's doing is it's twisting your spine, and it's moving your elbows, and it's moving the gun away from where you always have it. Consistency, consistency, consistency. So if you get on the gun and you relax, close your eyes, relax. When you open up your eyes, if those crosshairs are not exactly on the target, move the front of the gun. Move your whole position to get it where it needs to be. Now, once you're on windage, yes, you can make minute corrections by squeezing and relaxing the back of the gun with my support hand. You notice my support hand is not holding the front of the gun. My support hand is back here. Some guys run monopods back here. In this case, I'm running a couple bean bags. Now, to lower the front of the gun, all I do is I squeeze the bean bag. To raise the front of the gun, I relax my hand and the bean bag settles. All right, but my pressure with my shoulder is the same. Now, again, this is only for minute adjustments. Bold adjustments, adjust the height of the bipod up and down, adjust the bipod left and right. All right, so once you get settled in, now you'll notice my heels are flat. My spine is perfectly straight, and my heels are flat. Reason why my heels are flat is a lot of guys will shoot with those heels up, and they'll get a nervous quiver in one foot. They won't even realize they're doing it, but that nervous quiver is shaking your ass, it's shaking your spine, and in turn, it's moving your shoulder blades, and it's gonna move that crosshairs off the target. Everything has to be the same for every shot. Once you get your corrections from your spotter, he'll talk you onto the target, you adjust for winds. I'm gonna hold the same last wind call that Chad just gave me. I've loaded my bipod, I'm set up, and get on the trigger and just roll through it. 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. That is a sexy shot right there, right next to my other 2 holes. Easy stuff. The key to accuracy, gents, is having consistency, having it the same every time. Your spotter will handle the wind calls, your spotters will handle the math. You get on it, and you can make this accurate bullet with this accurate gun accurate and precise, but they can't do it without you. You have to be consistent. So anyways, that's all I got for this week here for our quick shooting tip. The key to long range shooting is consistency. Accuracy comes with consistency. Just buying all the expensive parts isn't going to do it for you. Anyways, that's all I got this week. I want to thank everybody for your support here on Patreon. Y'all take care and shoot straight.